Welcome to the North American Golden Domers on Wednesday, September 10th, 2025. I am Roggie. I am coming to you live from North Bend, Canada. A wonderful night here on the planet. Happy to be back talking to everyone, and I am pleased and proud to introduce one of my very best friends in the whole world, Andy. Oh. How are you, Andy?
I'm well, Roger, and I'm flattered to hear that one of your very best friends. It's amazing for me.
Top few. I know that at one point I did ask you where I would rank, and you just laughed. And
I'm not comfortable putting a number on it, honestly. It means that much to me.
I do want to say, just continuing the Roggie and Andy show for a while here, I do want to share one thing for you. For our listeners, if you want to go back and rewatch the show, please do, and watch for this purpose only, is to watch Andy's face when he knows I'm about to tell a joke through it and after. It is absolutely priceless. When people ask why I do this, that is the reason. That's the reason right there.
So Andy's if I stop reacting, you'll stop doing
it? I don't think you can. It's a reflex you can't control. Anyways, nice to see you from the suburb of Malone. Good to have you back. Coming to us live from Mexico City. We're not sure if it's a broom closet or a tunnel he's in. Rodolfo, how are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Do you mind explaining where you are, Rodolfo?
Yeah, I had to find a room somewhere in the office where I can keep all the noise out. So I found this thing that nobody uses, and I'm here.
Interesting, Dolph. All the noise out. I assumed this was the time of day for some sort of siesta. Is that normally what would happen?
Not really, but well, yeah, it's a lot of noise out here. We're just in the middle of the city, so.
I hate to share the bad news. Paul Linehan is supposed to be here. Paul was here in the pre-show, and apparently he's been kicked out 4 times. And this is wonderfully ironic because there was no bigger sort of poking fun at Gerald last week for his tech problems and sort of claiming that they were down to sort of faulty technology or age. Paul, we hope you come back soon, but we'll beaver ahead, which is what we do, and our owner will join us shortly. And we're very proud and pleased to announce our guest tonight, coming to us live from somewhere near Chicago. I don't know the town name.
Palatine, Illinois, Roggie.
Okay. Palatine, Illinois, Mr. Steve Parquette. And nice to see you, Steve. How are you?
You as well, Roggie. How are you, my man?
Good. We met Steve this past year at Fantasy Camp. He was a first-timer. Your enthusiasm and love for the place is evident and remains evident. And from what I can tell, one of the best guys in the world. So good to have you with us, Steve. Now is the time when you normally tell us your Notre Dame story.
my Notre Dame story. I was 10 years old, and my parents were in Las Vegas for the weekend, and we had someone watching us. I have a younger sister, older brother, and I think they went to the movies, and I didn't want to go. I was like, I don't want to go. I just didn't feel like going. And Notre Dame was playing USC at the Coliseum, and Reggie Brooks was sick, had the flu, and I watched from beginning to end. I think he had like 227 yards rushing. I think Bettis had over 100 yards rushing, and I was hooked. Like between that and then it was just like here was a guy who just it didn't matter how sick he just kept going. There was no quitting him. And from that point forward, I was obsessed. And when I met my wife, she didn't understand football, and she didn't get it, and now she gets it. Like we go to almost every home game every year, and it's fantasy camp. I kept getting pushed, and Chris Carter's like, if you don't like it, I'll pay the bill, and I'll be back next year. Like just
Steve's like, I hated it.
yeah. I mean, he really. I didn't. I knew I would enjoy it, but I didn't know I would enjoy it that much. And it was people like you and Paul. I mean, Rodolfo, I hate to tell you, man, but when you first came in and you had John O'Neill been like, see that guy right there? That's the Mexican version of Krusty the Clown. Like you guys just all. It truly is a brotherhood. It truly is a brotherhood, and I didn't understand it. And once that week was complete, I understand it. It's remarkable.
It's good to have you here, Steve, and I can say this knowing that you understand where it's coming from. Thank you for joining us from your yoga class tonight.
It's a true pleasure, guys.
That's wonderful. Thank you. Now, Paul.
Yes.
It is something that you had the technical problems tonight when you were sort of the leader of pointing out Gerald's last week.
I would never do such a thing, Roggie. None of that was on air, so I did not do it. Therefore,
well, we all have shared with him since then, so he's well aware. And Paul, as our owner, you can show up whenever you wish.
That's right.
By the way, I've actually had people, Paul, ask how much has he paid for this and what does he like to work for. So Paul, how are you?
I'm gonna have to do
Ohio.
I'm gonna have to do a little informal survey and see how you answered that question, Roggie. It might affect your employment package going forward. So I'll look into that.
In Paul's business environment, he really sends along a survey monkey. It's a live monkey who comes to talk to you. You're well, Paul?
I am well. Just off a boys' weekend of golfing, or early week of golfing for a couple of days, and it was great fun. It was up for my national treasure, but I came up with something else. So boys golf outing, honorable mention for national treasure.
Now, Steve, you are a huge. I could really pause right now, let others fill in the gap, but you are a huge collector of memorabilia.
I am.
Real quickly, what is your, if you had one piece of memorabilia that meant
I'm gonna make a long story short here. About 3 years ago, we did a couple members of the 88 team. We just did private signings, and me and the guy who was booking all my players, it just clicked, and we ended up doing like 6 guys at a hotel. And we started team pieces, and it was a disaster. Like, we had 2 rooms, and the hotel didn't put us together, so I was running back and forth. So I told my buddy, I'm like, I have an idea, and he's like, what's that? I'm like, I want to do the signings at the house. So we did 3 more sessions at the house where we had 8 members of the 88 team signed at the house. They've never done team signings. So we had guys like Pat Eilers, Wes Pritchett, Tony Rice, Rocket Ismail. They'd come to the house, and and this is where they did the signings. Like, it was remarkable. So I ordered benches from when they did the stadium renovation, and had them sign benches. But I have a big, huge bench where every guy signed it. I think we did 36 members of the 88 team. And then I had Stan Smagala, because he had the nicest handwriting. He wrote all the scores. It's definitely my most prized possession. But it will, and being in the industry as like a side deal, nothing will ever top it. Like there were guys were coming from Texas, Arizona. They would just fly in. Like once we had one guy, they're like, "Oh yeah, I haven't seen so and so." And not to bore you, but there was a member of the 88 team, and mind you, guys were coming from California, out east. There's a gentleman who lives like 10 minutes from my house and works like 10 minutes from here. We couldn't get him to show up. We couldn't get him to respond. I did a handwritten letter. Turtle, if you remember him, he was an offensive lineman. Mike Brennan was here, and he's like, "Is there anybody that you can't get?" And we're like, "Yeah, there's a few guys, but this gentleman we just couldn't get." He's like, "I'll call him." He called him, left him a message, and within 10 minutes got a call back, and the guy was at the house signing autographs within the hour.
That's cool, Steve. I received $50 from George Davis in asking that question. I'm getting another 50 if you'll send me a private note as to where in the house it's kept. And
George did a team helmet,
and the alarm code be great.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And your schedule for the next week.
George is making notes right now. He'll be tracking you. At camp this year, I'll be very mindful of letting George.
George sat next to me on the bus every time.
Of course.
Interviewing you, right?
Well, interviewing, questioning.
I can only imagine the questions George would ask, like, "What's your favorite penmanship? Do you have a special Sharpie?"
Hey, special paint pens. You know what? I did give him some special paint pens for not this past year, but the year before that. I did do that.
God love George. Listener feedback. Good to have you, Steve. Listener feedback.
Thank you.
And Steve, this is a segue with you and Chris Carter. Thank you for your wonderful, kind gesture to put out an event, put out a giveaway to help get us subscribers, and wonderfully kind and generous. Thank you for that. We are now at 106. We are now at 116 subscribers. We almost doubled, I guess.
Almost doubled.
Our previous.
We're going to get more.
Total.
We've got some ideas cooking.
We are 25. I don't know the math, but we're almost a quarter of the way there, aren't we? To 500. 125 is the number to get to a quarter. Yeah. So, at what seemed like an impossible dream, where Mr. Fowler
we're going to get
no
it done.
fears at all.
Yeah.
Andy, what's the level of concern?
0.
Is that because you think we won't make it, or because you would love to have all of us at the farm?
Well, I would love to, first of all, share my farm with all of you, but I have 0 fears that we're going to make 500 viewers. So,
oh, I take that as a challenge.
I guess it's a challenge.
I haven't even tapped.
It's a challenge.
We had 205 views on our last episode, so thank you. And again,
and 5 likes.
Yeah. Please like, share, subscribe.
I'm working on that.
Like, share, subscribe. Thank you for that. And the comments are open. So if you want Ed McMahon at some point to read, the Mexican Ed McMahon at some point to read something,
I'm not going to be able to do it here, so I'm going to have to.
I have a view.
You're going to have to pick him up. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I can be the Mexican Ed McMahon. I can do
exactly. That. And my technology is very restricted here at the office. So.
Yeah, Rodolfo, just blink twice if you need me to come down for bail. I can't quite figure out what you're recording tonight.
Okay.
You could hold up a sign or something if this is an INS issue. We'll see what we can do.
We're pretty sure he's in a tunnel, Paul. We're pretty sure. Beto, our lovely producer, it's probably time now to go into our visual aids portion of the telecast. We have some good ones. Jay,
oh my gosh.
Jay Strong announced that this is something he did. He actually sent me a video of it playing. I forgot to send that along. We'll do that next week. But I'll see if Jay really wants that released. But I have a kazoo, Jay playing kazoo to the fight song on my phone. If anyone does want to see that, but that's Mr. Jay Strong. Well done.
Very impressive.
And Beto's loading the next one. Now, this one here was true story. Paul traveled out to the suburb of Malone to scout out the future location. This was not the original picture. The one I did was very elementary. Please note Sipowicz. Please note the donut. But Mike Kremen got a hold of this and put in. You can see I'm in the middle there. You can see the hockey rink. You can see the maple syrup. Andy, this is an outstanding farm.
And there's a Tim Hortons. Don't miss that.
Yes.
Wow.
I'd like
Andy,
to point out that
and
Paul and
Roggie-
our
Roggie
hair
actually-
looks fantastic, Paul. Our hair.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Roggie is life size.
Roggie is actually
Paul-
standing on the table. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you were jumping over Andy to get the punchline in
I
before.
apologize.
No, Andy, but is that this next one here? This actually happened. Gerald did this. This is the El Conquistador, somewhere in the Carolinas. That's the billboard outside. And Gerald goes there, and he was there right after the podcast, and he accepted my challenge. The El Conquistador.
Oh, I knew you had something to do.
There's a
with it.
lovely young lady and a picture of Dolph. And apparently, according to Gerald, she said he's sort of cute.
Yeah.
So, picture, and look at this. That is actually on the wall at the El Conquistador, and permanently. And at some point, Dolph, on the way to our farm visit, we have to go visit Gerald. You have to go
Absolutely.
in there. You have to get a picture of
Absolutely.
you beside it, and you can sign it. So
I'm already
Outstanding
a
work.
star there. Yeah, I'm already a star in Carolina. So yeah, I'll do it.
that is outstanding
But
work,
he's like-
Gerald.
He's
But
like
if I
Jerry
sa-
Lewis. He's like
I
Jerry
mean, if-
Lewis in France down there.
Exactly. If I sign it, Jerry Lewis and friends. Yeah, of course.
I'm afraid to give Gerald any more assignments. So thank you, Gerald. Well done.
That was fantastic. When I saw that text with that actually up on the wall, I was like, wow. It's one of my dreams to either have a sandwich named after me or my picture in a deli. So Dolph, you're way ahead of me on this one.
I'm going to see what I can do about Dolph, get Gerald getting you something on the menu, like a papaya salad or something.
Absolutely.
Some good feedback from our listeners. Thanks to Rich Durkins and David Russell for sending in a lot of good pointed comments. Always good to see that. They have good optimism for the season. I can't go into all their comments, but I love the engaging feedback. Thanks for that. James Gilliard said something, Andy, that I suspect that you would agree with, that perhaps there should be a bad joke jar, that I have to contribute money into a jar for some sort of fundraising for all the ridiculous jokes
Sure.
I
I would
present.
agree.
Yeah. Me too.
Chris Carter is
Claude
suggesting
also
that.
agrees. Claude also agrees.
Claude and his new wife, Bernadette.
Yes.
Burn it.
Chris Carter is suggesting that we have now that we're entering into a different era of a different level of sort of subscribers and sort of monetization. I mean, we could make tens of cents soon. Maybe NIL patches. We can see if we can get the domers on maybe the third string punter's jersey. Okay. And I guess the big move is we talk about 500, and Paul is a very successful businessman. We just can't stop there. Like 1,000, like we'll get on the road to 500, then to march it on. We need an A-level guest, so we should think about what that looks like. I think we have to behave for the next few weeks, keep O'Neill off, and then maybe scrub some of our old episodes and get an A-level guest on to really drive us. Good strategy.
Yes, I think it's a great idea. The guest, the assumed guest as he's doing his research, will be like, oh, these episodes are like 18 minutes, I see. Yeah.
And I'm not making this up. Chris Carter and Steve and Paul, as the chairman here, we leave this to you, and we're like a young rock band who's signing their first bad contract, and you're the guy who we trust. We had an actual inquiry about a sponsorship.
Truth.
It's absolutely goofy. So it's a grade T-shirt manufacturer for Andy, but it's
Beautiful. I'm in.
Sometimes the product just matches the placement. I mean, it works.
Exactly.
I was asked, Andy, and I don't know if we've asked this before, but someone did ask, what's the deal with the garland behind you?
Well, it's a Notre Dame themed garland that my wife made for me several years ago, and I'm like, well, why take it down? So we just leave it up year round in the office here.
Okay. All right. It was a fair answer. Well, again, thank you to our listeners. Thank you for joining in the silliness. We hope that we provide a pleasant and interesting diversion from a sometimes surreal world. Story of the week. What was the story of the week? You can choose anything you want in college football that was that story. Paul, we're going to start with you tonight. What was your story of the past week?
Yeah, I think there were two obvious ones, and the first one that I'm going to go with is always the one closest to my heart, and that Michigan sort of sucks, and I'm very happy about that. I thoroughly enjoyed watching them lose and watching them be inept on offense. I think it was great, and I will watch that every single week. I think they're in trouble. I think they're a 7-5 team, and that was my story of the week. I think there's two, but that's the one that I like the most. Overrated as usual.
In my memory's bad, and I'm not good with names, but I'm pretty sure their quarterback isn't his name Captain Underpants? Isn't that his name?
Yeah.
Thought so. Steve, you have the honor of going second. What was the story of the past week?
I actually think I'm going to stick with the Big Ten. I think University of Illinois. I think they passed Michigan. I think they're right there. And I actually have two very good friends who both went to Illinois, and our dream is that we play them in the playoff. And I think they're the real deal. I think their quarterback's legit. I think their offense is the real deal. I think they're right there. I think they can hang with the Ohio States of the world and the Penn States of the world. Ohio State comes to Champaign, I think, in October, and for a program that's been beaten down for so long, they have a chance to do some damage.
Yeah, it's nice to see Brett Bielema, if that's how you pronounce his surname. I apologize if I butchered that. It's nice to see him have success, because I know when he went down to the SEC, it didn't work. And he is a good football coach, and it's nice to see that working in a place where people didn't think it could work, at least to the level that it is. Andy, before we go in, what happened to the Butter Tarts this past weekend? Before you tell us the story, how are the Butter Tarts doing?
Sure. The Butter Tarts faced off against the Glens Falls Black Bears, and I'm happy to announce that we came away with our first victory of the season, 13-6. It was a well-rounded performance. My young man broke one for a long touchdown. However, he was a shoestring tackle, got him at the 5-yard line where the defender dove and just barely touched the back of his heel, clicking his feet together and dropping him onto the ball where he got the wind knocked out of him. But he was once he recovered, he was happy. And to get a victory, we're on to week number 2 this Saturday against the Broad Alban Perth Patriots.
Ooh. Very nice. Andy, if there's any Butter Tart merch, I'm thinking I'd like 8 hats if you could maybe have it.
I'll give them to Mike Coffee and have him get them to you.
Thank you. Andy, what was the story of the week other than the Butter Tarts?
Mine's going to be a little more obscure, but and maybe you saw it. It was the story from the Virginia Tech custodial crew.
Yes.
Of how Vanderbilt left their locker room absolutely spotless, which you assume to a degree that trickles down from Clark Lee and standards and pride and treating others with respect, and whoever arranged that locker room to be the way it was when they left is admirable.
It is. I think I saw something like that last year. So this is something he's been doing, and it's nice to see that out there. I thought that's just outstanding. And as normal, you can't spell Vandy without Andy.
No, you cannot.
I'm next, and I'm sorry about this one, Andy. I know you're not going to be at some level too happy about it, but mine has two parts.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
Mr. Angeli throwing for 400 yards in a win, which is one part of the story. The second part is I did this in like bantam lacrosse, making kids run after a bad game or practice. Never seen it at this level. So they had to do some wind sprints after the game, but that was quite a story.
It begs the question now. I mean, they won. So when they lose, I mean, he can't do it again because then it just becomes a novelty item that has no effect. But it is a kind of an admirable thing he did to a degree, but it's kind of it doesn't equate, right? I mean, if they lose,
you run the risk of losing the team early if you don't have them firmly locked up, their hearts locked up. And the only thing other comment on that was I didn't see all the video of it, but I suspect that Otto took his head off and just went. He didn't do the sprints with them. Is what I'm guessing.
Probably not.
You a big Otto fan?
But admirably, Coach Fran Brown was doing the sprints with them, which I thought was pretty cool.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Dolph, what is your story of the week in college football?
Well, there are two things that jump to my mind right now. First one is, besides the Oklahoma and Michigan game, which was the obvious, and I'm glad Oklahoma won, there weren't a lot of great games to watch this weekend.
A lot of garbage.
A lot of, garbage. I mean, those small schools going to big schools to get blown out and get $1 million. And the other thing that drew my attention was one of those games, actually, where Troy dominated for the first half at Clemson.
Yeah.
So too bad the effort wasn't complete. But I mean, yeah, that's what you get.
They hung with them, though.
Yeah, they did.
They
did. So
and it gets the team believing a bit. So maybe there's better things there for Mr. Parker.
Exactly.
Thank you for that. Paul, I will not sign off on any of these without your clear and sort of obvious and direct consent. I did turn down 2 sponsorship offers this past week. One from a Canadian business, Littlest Hobo's Maple Syrup. Wasn't sure what that was all about. Turned it down. And the other
sure
one,
that's Canadian? Are you sure that's Canadian? Doesn't sound Canadian.
It's a German Shepherd maple syrup. Yeah, for heroic maple syrup. And for any of our listeners who are new, let me again once tell you that if you want to know anything about Canada, who we are as a people, just watch The Littlest Hobo. It describes us perfectly. So I've got that out of the way in this season. And Andy,
just so you know, to further clarify, the Littlest Hobo is not wearing a green shirt and a blue hat on this. It's a show. It's not an actual person on the podcast.
Are we really going to nab Roggie?
A lot of new listeners. It's a lot of new listeners.
Roggie, you pull it off. I told you I can't. You pull it off.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were all over my Took vibe.
Yeah, everyone who was ripping on
that's
you.
why I stayed with it. Yeah, thank you. You're wonderful. And the other one, Andy, was from up your area. Apparently, Shag to Diet Coke. They wanted
Scattercoke?
Shag to Coke.
Scattercoke.
Andy, what bothers you more, that or being referred to as a suburb of Malone?
Neither, actually, because I don't even know where Scattercoke is. I've never been there. And I'm clearly not a suburb of Malone, Raj. So.
Shag to Diet Coke. I was quite amused with myself. Andy, you can continue on now and just tell us what your national treasure is, please.
Very somber. I don't know if I'd consider it a treasure, but the day that we all be facing tomorrow, being September 11th, very important day that we all across the world, not just here, of course, hold it very near and dear. And it also happens to be my late mother's birthday tomorrow, September 11th. So kind of a double-edged day tomorrow.
Well, I'm sure all of us will be thinking of you tomorrow, and also it would not to get too sort of maudlin here, but Steve's lost his mother recently too, and so we send our thoughts to both of you around that. Steve, you're next.
This national treasure. My favorite place to go is Maui. And if anybody's ever had a chance, the road to Hana it's a way to just escape from everything, have no connections to anything, no cell phone service, and it's the most fun drive anybody can do. Like, my wife and I did it on our honeymoon. I did it with my parents 20-something years ago, and I would do it again. Like, it's just to be able to see the landscape and just be away from everything. Nothing beats it. Nothing beats it.
Nice. I love Maui. If Paul, I know we talked about it. I am considering joining as a 51st state, considering it if I could either move to Maui or San Diego. I think that would likely be it, but it does preclude the ease of travel back into South Bend.
So do you think it's safe to say you're considering it then? As a nation,
you have fun with that in the summer.
Yeah. You guys are.
We're never considering it. It's never been considered.
I think I just heard you considering it. To be honest.
Yeah, it's been considered.
So you say there's a chance?
Yeah.
Yeah. Paul,
yes.
I'm leading with America because that's really all anyone wants to hear about. It's America. You're next.
Well, thank you, Rog. And I'm not sure of where Canada or Mexico is on this, but my American treasure this week is Easy Pass. I recall the days of driving to South Bend every Saturday and having to stop at the toll booth and make idle chit chat with someone or exact change, or realizing you don't have any exact change before the credit card days. Now I don't even have to talk to anybody. I don't have to get out of my car. I just crossed 3 of the United States using Easy Pass, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York on the recent trip. And I'll be doing the same to Indiana this Friday. So salute to Easy Pass and me not having to talk to anybody and making the journeys all quicker for us.
That's great.
Andy, I can see by your face you and I are thinking the same thing. Do you want to run with it?
I don't have anything.
Oh, wasn't it your high school nickname, Paul?
Yeah, there we go.
Easy Pass?
One of these days, that's going to be the real random question. I've been waiting for it. Like, what really was?
Yeah, it's a good one. I have decided to, I may have mentioned it before. I know we've mentioned this as a theme before, but a true Canadian national treasure are geese. And they're coming your way. It's their time to migrate. They speak. They're wonderful, wonderful animals. They're fierce. They're lovely. And they leave Canada for the winter to go protect your countries. It's clear, I think, that the goose could easily take either of your eagles, your golden eagle of Mexico or the bald eagle in the States. The goose is clearly the most dominant animal on the continent, and he's Canadian.
Well said. Well, very well said.
Thank you. They also. I don't know when you're crossing over our border. They're manning the border, stations.
Sure.
That's why
there's no easy pass there.
He's gonna say,
yeah. So, Dolph, what food is your national treasure?
Well, it's not food.
Wow.
This is actually going to be an international treasure. It should be all countries' treasure. Not anymore, but it used to be it once. And her name is Linda Carter. Who is absolutely American. Yeah, I know she's American, but her mother was Mexican. So, I mean, we all grew up watching Wonder Woman, and that's going to be my international treasure for this time.
Andy, isn't there some sort of congressional thing here where you can declare war if a Mexican tries to take Wonder Woman from you?
No. Not when he explains it the way he did. No,
You're fine with that.
It checks out. It checks out.
Yeah. We have nothing but thanks to Mexico for helping some lineage produce Linda Carter. Yes.
Absolutely.
Of that, yeah.
Absolutely.
I haven't checked, but I'm pretty sure Canada's responsible for Aquaman, so you're welcome for that. Dolph, I'm a little disappointed that you didn't suggest that September 16th.
No, that's going to be next week's National Treasure after I eat
A great
everything
day.
I can. Yeah, I know. It's a
Okay.
great day. Mexican Independence Day and somebody's birthday on that week
Yes.
too.
You guys are
Yes.
independent?
Are we what?
So you guys are independent?
We like to think so.
In name only.
Exactly.
Our next topic is, where would you like the Shamrock Series played? If you have the opportunity to select anywhere in the world, it can't be where it's already been. Where would you like to see the Shamrock Series played? Dolph, you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to play host to you guys and play it here in Azteca Stadium here in Mexico City.
That was sort of an easy one there, Dolph. Is there a second choice? Is there another spot in the world you think that it would be novel to see the Irish play?
A novelty? You didn't say that at the beginning.
Well, novel, not novelty, but
Yeah.
an interesting spot to see them play.
Well, this would cuss really raucous, but I mean, how about Wembley Stadium in London? Like the Irish playing at
that's
Wembley.
great.
There we go.
Yeah, that was my second one. I think that'd be an awesome spot very historic site to see them play. Andy, you don't need to go to it, so don't worry about having to travel to it. But,
Well, that changes.
but I'm happy to take it. Yeah.
It's just not Albany.
I was going to
Yeah,
say
the Duke Stadium.
Field. Duke Field is
Yeah.
where I'd like to see him, which is where the Butter Tarts play. Duke Field. So. You might have to come back to me because that was what I was going to say, but now you've made me feel stupid. So now I'm going to.
I'm sorry, Andy. I'm sorry. I thought that it would be really cool, a great road trip, an epic road trip, one a lot of us could go to and then add time to it and really do something wonderful, would be to see them in Melbourne, Australia, which has their cricket grounds is one of the 10 largest stadiums in the world. I think it's like 110, 120,000 people. I thought that'd be cool to see them. And if Thor gets another year of eligibility, maybe we could do it next year. And we could all wear Thor shirts. Steve.
When I was thinking about this, when you sent me the question, I was thinking Wrigley Field. But then, yesterday, they finally announced the Bears are going to be moving to Arlington Heights. And it's going to be a state-of-the-art stadium, which is 2 miles from my house.
Who's moving there?
The Bears are moving to Arlington Heights, which is a suburb of Chicago. They're going to
Soldier
build.
Field no more.
The city is pretty much given up. Like, for example, yesterday the field was in such bad condition because they hosted 5 straight nights of concerts last week. So, no tax dollars, no state money. They're going to build. It's going to be a couple $2 billion. It's going to be retractable roof, but it's literally 2 miles from my house. So I would love for Shamrock Series to be there and host all of you guys. Like it's literally right down the street.
That'd be cool. Paul, before I go back to our man who's looking at the map right now,
Yes.
who do you have, Paul?
Well, listen, this is something that was directly affected by my fantasy camp days, and it's because of people like you, Roggie, John O'Neill, George Davis, the Mats. Let's bring this thing let's take Syracuse up and play them in Toronto.
I
And
like it.
let's all go up there and celebrate our Canadian fans. They deserve it. I mean, you've increased the number of Canadians I know by however many a number of you there are, because that's all I really know. But so in my mind, every Canadian loves Notre Dame football because those are the only ones I know. So
Yeah.
let's bring it to Toronto and bring Syracuse up there.
Andy, would you cross the border
Oh, absolutely.
for a game?
Yeah.
Oh, would you? Okay. Would you bring me yogurt?
No, I won't do that.
Okay.
Don't push it.
Andy, have you decided on a spot yet, or is it still going to be Albany's Marmaduke Stadium?
Buchendall Stadium,
Okay.
Which is where the Butter Tarts play. That's not where Albany plays.
Right. Okay.
So seating and parking will be an issue at Buchendall.
Yeah.
Can we go to LSU and play on Brian Kelly's home field?
That'd be grand. That'd be grand. Yeah. That'd be outstanding. Actually, yeah.
That's the winner. That way, Andy, you won. You
Yeah,
won
definitely.
that one.
Definitely.
That's great.
What's the deal with? What is the deal with? I'm going to let you guys start with Canada. We usually save it for last, but you are welcome to ask anything you want about Canada. Wondering what's the deal with, and I will respond.
I'll start. Yeah, with us, Paul.
Paul will come back. Paul always comes
I
back.
can still see you guys.
Oh, all right.
Oh, good. Okay. Good.
I don't like that.
I do, and they always say I do have a face for radio.
I have a question.
Yes.
Roggie. Why is customs to get into your country so, what's the word I'm looking for? Intimidating. But leaving,
Why is what?
it's intimidating. They're asking me how much
What
money I have. They're asking me what's in the car. I mean, it's very intimidating to come into Canada.
Really?
I was
Well, at this
stuttering.
point-
I didn't know what to say.
They're suspicious because there's somebody going into Canada, so they're kind of
It doesn't happen a lot. I think largely because we're concerned about the takeover, so we're trying to see if you've got supplies. We know that to truly sort of dominate us and take us over, all you need is one guy across the border with about 7 badminton rackets, and you guys are in. So
Fair enough.
Anything else, Paul? Can Paul still hear us?
What is your favorite? What is the most important holiday in Canada? It can be some of the traditional ones, or it can be just an obscure Canadian holiday that nobody cares about.
It's clearly Boxing Day. It's very, very clearly Boxing Day.
Which is British, right?
Yeah. It's a great nod to our parents, unlike you, who have no interest in maintaining a relationship with your parents.
Grow up.
I say this, Rodolfo, that Mr. Linehan is having technical problems again, and it seems like he's frozen. So if Beto Fernando Villanueva can assist him, that would be wonderful. So,
okay.
But
thank you. Can you guys still hear me? Because
we can hear you.
On
we
my
can hear
screen,
you.
I'm still live and interacting with you guys. So I'm not sure.
Do you have any questions for Canada, Paul? Before
There he is.
My only thing was, what's the deal with my screen not working? But I can't blame that on
It's Canada's fault, right?
Yeah. I would say, Rod, this is more of a personal one for you, but of all of Canada's wacky food items, the poutine, the other things, the Canadian bacon, which is ham. Like, what is your favorite of the Canadian food treasures?
Oh goodness! I mean, we are not a country known for our cuisine. We're really, really not. But I would have to think that if whatever might be typified as Canadian, macaroni and cheese is probably. Yeah, it's simple, but
is that Canadian?
We don't have a lot of. We claim it is. I think Rodolfo is getting arrested.
The gig is up. You thought I was having technical difficulties.
It's like that live cop show suddenly.
Yeah, bad boys.
In all honesty, Canada, it's we're very happy to have such wonderful neighbors to the south. We love and appreciate you. Thank you for being nice neighbors to us.
Yeah, I have a question too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What is Loonies and Toonies? I mean, can you explain that? Is that a cartoon or something?
It goes on to the theme of Andy's how we're not allowed to pay with coins, our bills off in coins. But the loonie is the $1 coin, which has a Canadian loon on it, hence the loonie. And then the toonie came second, and I guess someone just thought it would be fun to call it the toonie. But it's a $2 coin, so.
Okay.
When we go to $5 coins, I have no idea what they're going to name them, but we'll see. So let's go to Mexico. I'll lead. I have a question. I don't know many cities. Like I live in Toronto. Toronto's several million people. Andy lives near Malone and Shagdacoke with dozens of people. Parquette's in Chicago, a metropolis, one of the largest in North America. Paul's in Cleveland, a big bustling city. None of those cities, Rodolfo, have their own language. What's the deal with Chilango in Mexico City? You guys have your own city language?
Well, that's what they call us everywhere else in the country. It's just to be a derogative thing, but now we ride with it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it was derogative. I did not mean it that way.
No.
I thought it was a language that you guys spoke in Mexico City.
No. The Chilango, well, we have our own little idioms, but I mean, nothing hard. But I mean, that's what they used to call us, people from outside. Because everywhere, everyone knows in Mexico that you have everything in Mexico City, and the rest of the country doesn't like it. So they like to make fun of us by saying, "Yeah, you have great things in Mexico City," but which is true. I mean, we have everything in Mexico City. We don't need anyone else. So yeah, I mean, that's part of it. The story behind that is that.
So you don't have a special language that only Mexico City people speak.
Yeah, it is. It's a language, and it's what they call us. People born here are called like that. Very good, Roggie.
Yeah, I do my research. Anyone else for Mexico?
I was doing my preparation for today's show, and I realized that I need to learn more about Mexico so that I can ask more questions about what's the deal with, because we've exhausted the food topics and the obvious other issues. So I need some Mexican culture so I can be more informed to ask stupid questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
My other Canadian question is, why are you trying to steal mac and cheese? Because it's ours. I just looked at it.
Is it?
I AI'd it. Yeah. You evidently have something called a craft dinner, which is our macaroni. That's our macaroni and cheese. But according to this, it sometimes adds ketchup or wieners.
Well, Rogers definitely adds wieners to his. So.
And there goes our booking of Father Nate for the fourth.
Yeah, wrecked it.
Yep. We got to push it off 3 more weeks.
Gosh.
I'm just reading AI. I'm just reading AI. I don't, no opinion, no judgment. I'm just reading what was said.
Okay. Nothing else from Mexico?
I got one from Mexico. What is powering that light above your head?
Monkeys.
A couple of running donkeys outside.
Yeah.
Other Mexicans. I think
I was going to say America, but.
All right. USA. You have a humble Mexican and a goofy Canadian about to question you on your great nation. We'll try. I'll start. What's the deal with Rhode Island? It's not a Rhode Island, and it's a pretty shitty place to go to begin with. But
now the language.
It's not an island. Gotcha.
And you got to pay to go on the beach. You got to pay for beach access.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I mean, we are the United States, so I'll defend Rhode Island because it's part of us. And as you pointed out, it's even landlocked, so it's not like we could cut a piece out. Like we can't get rid of Louisiana either, So
is there a state you'd get rid of? Like, is there a state, like, I know Saskatchewan, we wouldn't miss that. But is there a state you'd sort of say, okay, you can go?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'd like to see Louisiana leave.
yeah, I think
I'm with Brian.
Yes, with Brian.
our as my brother lives in Arkansas, and that was the other obvious answer, just to see if I could bait Mr. Lynch into the comments. But my brother lives in Arkansas. When he speaks of like state rankings, and he always says our state motto should be "Thank God for Louisiana," because they're 49th in education and 49th in this, 49th in that. So he said they should put on the license plates. Thank God for Louisiana.
I'm referring back to my Bugs Bunny education, but I think that the most famous citizen of Rhode Island was Foghorn Leghorn. I think he was from Rhode Island.
That is enough to keep Rhode Island, in my opinion. He is perhaps one of my superheroes. Foghorn
I say, son.
I've got a little 3D thing of Foghorn. I can't reach it right now, but if I get up during a break, Foghorn's on my shelf over here. So.
One of my favorite, and I saw it today in sort of a quick clip, was, do you remember when the big dog who had the little pussycat friend, Mark Anthony, and he thought he made him into cookies? How he cried? That was just so wonderful.
I still think the funniest moment in television history is when he's teaching Widow Hen's boy how to play baseball, and the kid's like a mathematician. And he's using calculators and striking them out. And then he's like, oh, let's try hide and seek. And Foghorn Leghorn is hiding in one place. And the kid walks over to a different place and pulls Foghorn Leghorn out of the place he wasn't. The look on Foghorn's face, Emmy-worthy. It was the greatest scene in television history. I'll put that down right now.
That's wonderful. I felt like that kid the first 2 years at camp, I'll tell you that. Although, as Andy said, Goodyear blimp-eyed.
But smaller.
Yeah. Anything for USA, Paul? Rodolfo, anything for our friends?
Yeah, this is going way back, and it's also a moment in television, but I think it's a real bad one. I mean, what's the deal with Beavis and Butthead?
Are you serious?
I am.
It is the greatest. When you just have a bad day, literally, my son and I, it was like 2 days ago, I played an old clip. Like, it's the stupidest humor, but it's great. Like, just YouTube, just search them working at like the fast food joint. It's the greatest. It is the
I've never
greatest.
seen it.
Are you, Roggie, I will send it to you, and it's so dumb. Jana hates it. She thinks it's dumb comedy. David and I will cry laughing. It's just funny. It's just good stuff. I can't. I will send you guys the best clips. And there's another one where they do like a commentary of like the Hulk Hogan theme song. It's priceless. It's stupid, but it's priceless. You can't trash Beavis and Butthead.
I 100% agree and support Steve in that statement. 100%.
Thank you.
Okay.
Because Paul has no idea. But yeah.
No. Oh no, don't you do
No.
this.
You dare.
In fact, we were actually talking about this morning at the golf outing, and I will sell my wife down the river. My wife's sense of humor, much more highbrow than mine, but she does have a weakness for Beavis and Butthead. Like, I'll have it on back in the day, and she will actually be mad at herself for laughing. But she is laughing, and she's like just disgusted with herself that she thinks it's funny.
Paul, I could have never guessed in a million years that you'd watch that. I would have never guessed that.
You don't have to watch it religiously. You just have to take 5 minutes out of your day and just watch a skit.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a long time, but I like, even when they would just watch music videos and make fun of the music video. There's one scene, one of the John Bon Jovi videos, and sorry, Notre Dame fans and John Bon Jovi. If you're listening, please like and subscribe.
Yes.
There was a close-up of John Bon Jovi in the video, and he's like, "Hey, is that Bridget Fonda?" And then I've never unseen it when I've seen John Bon Jovi anywhere that he is the twin brother of Bridget Fonda. Unbelievable.
I love it.
Well, it's hard for me to complain because I still think Mr. Roper was highly underrated. So,
Well, I'm not disagreeing with you.
yeah.
When he did the thing with the nose, or was that the other landlord? That was the other landlord in Three's Company.
Oh,
Mr. Furley.
Yes. Yeah.
Don Nuts, the sniffing. Yeah. The
I'm here
constant
all week if
sniffing.
you guys need me. I did that while Googling on YouTube, by the way, for our sponsors, the Foghorn Leghorn hide and seek, which we will all shortly have in your phones.
Nice. I guess just the last comment, USA, I didn't think your country could survive the loss of Richard Simmons. And I just want to say that with the loss of another American tough guy, Hulk Hogan, recently, I'm surprised you've been able to continue. So well on you for losing two of
that's what this country is made on, right? I mean, that's why we are who we are. We persevere, we overcome.
You could say, some would say we're American made, just like Hulk.
That's right.
Some would say. Have you seen the latest Dodge Ram commercial about being American? You should. I'll send it to you. You'll both.
Can I confess something?
Yeah,
I've never ever driven a pickup truck.
That's not
Seriously?
really a confession or shocking. But.
Yeah. I'm sure that's not going to be in Roggie's Macho Tips later on. No spoiler alert, not a pickup guy.
Yeah, no, I don't even think we have them in Canada, to be honest. I'm not sure, but I don't know. A lot of Volkswagen Beetles going around. Picks of the week. Dolph, this was a magical week for us. You and I, the hinterland, Canada, Mexico, 5-0. Perfect.
Oh.
I don't know why I'm talking like William Shatner, but we were perfect. 5-0. That brings me to 10-6. You to 8-8. Paul, you were 3-2 at 6-10. Andy, 4-1, almost perfect, which is sort of on your driver's license. You're now 5-11. Jay was 3-2. So the leader for the picks of the year are still very much up for grabs. Let's go through some games of the week. Clemson and Georgia Tech. Andy, who do you have?
Clemson.
Paul.
Clemson.
Dolph.
I'm going to go with Clemson too.
And Stephen.
Georgia Tech. I
went with Georgia Tech too. I
can't do it.
I wanted to do it.
Okay. I think they're
a team that's celebrating, that's turning off the lights at a stadium when they're scoring against Troy. I don't know. I mean, it seems like the expectations are low.
Andy, Wisconsin and Alabama.
I'll go Wisconsin.
Wow.
Paul.
Bama.
You heard it here first, Paul.
I know.
Dolph.
I'm going with the Badgers.
Yeah, wow. I did too. I just think they're going to surprise. Steve, who do you have?
I'm going with Wisconsin.
Paul's the outlier.
You know what I see? I see me making one game up right there.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's what you're looking for.
Georgia and Tennessee. Andy, Georgia and Tennessee. I look around the room. You're the only 10 I see.
I'll take Georgia.
Okay. Oh, you love those guys, yeah. So Paul?
Georgia, please.
Dolph?
Yeah, Georgia too.
And Steve?
Georgia.
We all took Georgia. South Florida and Miami. Boy, oh boy. I don't know if you watched the Florida game. I could not imagine worse clock management by Mr. Billy Napier down the stretch, but he seems to have signed his own sort of exit papers there. South Florida and Miami. Who do you have, Andy? Really, Andy? You're gonna make that? You're gonna do that? We knew you liked Michael Irvin, so that's really a pick from your buddy. Paul?
Miami.
Dolph?
To be consistent with what I said last week, I'm going to pick South Florida. I want Miami and Missouri. So.
Yeah. Steve?
I'm going to stay Miami, but I'm going to put the U down.
I'm taking Miami simply because I know there was a period in the '80s where Andy alternated between dressing like Crockett and/or Tubbs. So,
And Luther Bradley too. If I don't remember.
oh,
Ah,
And let's not forget, Vanilla Ice is a Miami native. So
I heard that Miami's on the scene. In case you didn't know it.
oh, I know it, Paul. I know it.
Florida and LSU. Andy,
LSU.
Paul.
LSU.
No one wants that to happen, but no one wants to lose a game. Dolph?
Wouldn't it be something if Florida won this game? But LSU.
There's not a chance. Steve?
agreed, LSU.
And me too. Last game, again, for our friend there, Rodolfo, Minnesota rowing that ridiculous boat. I'm still surprised PJ Fleck has a job, but well, I guess he's convinced someone. Minnesota and Cal. Andy, who do you have?
Cal, in support of my Mexican brother.
Paul?
In support of my need to pick up games on you guys, I'm taking Minnesota.
Dolph?
Do I have to answer? Go Bears.
What's the name of that bear? What's the name of your bear again?
Husky?
Now, if he got in a fight with the Stanford tree, who'd win?
The bear, of course. The Stanford tree is ridiculous.
It is perhaps on the creepiest mascot in all of college football. I know I'm putting you on the spot, but every time I see that Oklahoma State cowboy guy, I feel really creepy.
Yeah. He's got to be on a neighborhood list. Like if you buy a house and he lives in your neighborhood, he's popping up.
Half the Amber Alerts in that state are him.
And that orange from Syracuse too, also popping up. Andy, I'd check that if I were you. No one check. Make sure he doesn't live in your neighborhood.
I tell you though, the tree is a legendary mascot, Rodolfo.
I don't know about that.
Him and that blob from Western Kentucky.
It sucks. The band sucks. The school sucks.
Okay.
You got
Steve,
it worked out now.
Cal or Minnesota?
Cal.
We're grinding his gears early, Cal.
I know.
I went with Minnesota. So
That's a great segue opportunity right there, Rog.
Andy, I don't know if you know this. Did you see? Are you an Apple guy, Andy? Did you get the new Apple release coming out?
I've seen it, yes. I didn't get it, but yeah.
There's new things coming out. One of in sort of the fine print. I don't know if you know this, Andy, but Apple is moving their headquarters.
Really?
Yeah, they're moving to not far from Shagtacoke. They're moving to the Finger Lakes.
Well, I know why.
You know why, Andy?
I know why.
Do you want to tell me, Andy? Do you want the punchline?
Yeah, because it's very digital there.
They're digital. The Finger Lakes are digital.
Put another $1 in the jar.
Thank you.
Oh, makes me think about Claude and Bernadette.
Well, my Macho Tip. We're doing our personal things. I want to leave Andy in the bullpen a bit, bring him in later. I'm going to lead with it, and I think you guys witnessed some of it, but not the entire context of it. My Macho Tip of the day are silk scarves. A properly worn silk scarf in the right outfit, and I'm not just talking. You go to sort of Kroger or wherever you get them, or in the States, Burlington Coat Factory. I'm talking the finest silk scarves from the haberdasheries of London, and you wear them, and you can wear them different ways. The silk scarf, doing it right,
and you've never driven a pickup.
With attitude.
Doesn't add up.
And Andy, I will not. I was a bit shamed last year when I tried my scarf look out on you.
Yeah,
You know what you referred to it as
at the playoff game, correct?
Yeah, when you're Indiana
had a
scarf.
pashmina.
Your pashmina.
Yeah.
Yeah, your Indiana colored pashmina. Can we put up that picture of you and Ned Beatty's dad or Ned Beatty at the game?
This is the most
Well-
beautiful sight these eyes have ever seen.
Dolph, if you have that picture, you can certainly do some sending it to
I had
Better.
Gerald working on a little AI of that one. We're gonna surprise you with that. We got a little special surprise.
By the
coming.
way,
We'll just wait for
I
this.
have
guy.
I have received a comment. The first comment of the night came with my Macho Tip. Someone thanking me, saying "you guy," and I checked. It is a you. It is a you. So-
Okay.
I was gonna say that might be a typo or auto correct.
Dolph, other than me, what grinds your gears?
I guess I'll prefer Roggie. But I don't know, just walking around and people just bumping into you because they're looking at the phone.
That's a good one.
That's horrible.
Can I actually add something to that? I was in the city today, and you have a sidewalk, and there's 3 people, and they're walking side by side, and I'm by myself. They literally wouldn't move. I had to
Yeah.
walk around them.
Exactly.
I've done it where I say, heads up. Someone's walking to you. You see it coming. Go, how about you head up? You know? Is that a policeable offense? Someone walking with.
I'm afraid not.
Okay.
Sorry.
I don't know. By the way, George Davis is back. Oh, there. It's Rodolfo.
Wow.
Okay. We know grinds your gears. Thank you for that.
We have another comment bordering on stalker here at this point.
Oh yes. Yeah. So I'll do this. Roggie, we have a comment. Your friend Tim writes, "You think he's joking about the bubble baths?" Tim, they know I'm not joking. they know.
We've seen pictures.
With that said, we'll now go to Andy. Andy, questions for Andy. I usually have 2. I like to kick it off. I like to sort of break the seal and open it up.
Mhm.
I have 2 tonight. My first one is from an intellectual honesty standpoint, a sort of a really deep inner reflection. How do you want to change for the better?
Me?
What?
Yeah.
I'm absolutely perfect, so there's really nothing. No, that's not true. I want to be more. I want to embrace culture more. I want to embrace those internationally that I look down upon.
I did think of one because I assumed that you were going to say you were perfect and you know. Well, what I'd like to see I'm hoping I see you before June. I'm hoping we find a way to get to a game together, or hopefully a playoff run. But what I'd like to experience from you, Andy, is a hug that isn't so stiff. An embrace.
Is there a private room we could send these to?
Yeah.
If we win the national championship, Roger, I will give you a warm, loving embrace.
We were close. We had some.
never received.
Okay.
I mean, if
We had-
we win a national championship, you got to grab a little, there's got to be a little
Yeah.
more than a hug.
Round in second, headed for third with Roggie.
Yeah, there we go.
We're losing listeners. We're losing listeners.
We're gaining a different area, like a different. We're branching out. I think.
Yeah, branching out. I like it.
Yeah. I told we needed a new audience. I told Parquet to work blue a little bit.
Speaking of, I found I didn't know this about Wilco in his memoirs.
boy.
I didn't know that at one point he had a job. He had a business. He was an arborist. He was taking care of trees. And apparently business was going so well, Andy. It was going so well. He was
How
going to
well
start a
was it
branch
going?
office.
Ah,
Another one for the jar.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, good gosh. Any other questions for Andy? Ask Andy.
Oh, fair enough.
I have nothing this week. Sorry.
Andy, what's your favorite Disney character?
My favorite what?
Disney character.
Disney character?
There's no Colombian princess.
No, that would be something though. What's a good one, Raj? I'm gonna go with the reindeer from Frozen.
Whose name is?
Have I told?
Sven.
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 Jeez. Oh boy.
Here all week.
Have I told you about Mickey Mouse in the psychiatrist chair?
Oh, jeez.
Yes, you did. Yes, you actually did.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll leave it at that. Anyone wanting that joke, just write me personally.
Yes, it has something to do with Goofy, correct?
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Well done. I'm nice to see, it's nice to see I do have an impact, Andy. It's nice to see that there is a legacy. Anything else for Andy before we move on? All right. Paul,
Yes.
tell us a Notre Dame story, please.
Gather round, children. I'm taking you back in time to November 15th of 1989. It was a Wednesday. I was a junior in college. A Wednesday like any other Wednesday. We were heading to Penn State for a road trip early Friday morning. And back in the day, for younger people, we had actual phones on the walls of our room. And we started hearing rumors of a fire at Notre Dame. We started hearing sirens. We gathered up our clothes, went out cold, and we saw that there was a fire on Notre Dame's campus and that the laundry was burning down. Now, this is one of those turns lemons into lemonades kind of lemons into lemonade kind of things. I learned a few things that week. And just to give you some background on Notre Dame and I guess how sexist it used to be. But when I was a student there, all the men who were students there could put their laundry in a laundry bag. Your mom had to sew these little tags in your clothes. You put it in this big white laundry bag and you would throw it down a laundry chute. And then like Thursday of that week, it would be delivered to your door in a nice little white, package with some white string. Women didn't have the option. They had laundries in their basement. So that was, as you can imagine, a topic of a few discussions with our co-eds on campus there. So that night the laundry burned down. I initially had a pool of suspects amongst the friends of mine that were girls that were not pleased with this situation. But the other thing I learned about that week was the insurance industry. Raj, you'll appreciate this. So my laundry had already been inputted because they charged us. You got charged a fee. It was a free for so much for the year, and then after you went over it. So I had 18 shirts in there, some underwear, socks, maybe a few sweatshirts. But the golden egg for me and the bane for the insurance industry was they only had shirt. They didn't know what kind of shirt it was. So when the checks came out, they were all called polos. And now for you younger kids, polo back in the day meant the blue and white striped shirt with the horse on it that every kid had for every interview they ever went on. We all had one. Actually, sometimes just a room had one, and we would all borrow it from each other because none of us had any money. Well, for the first time in my life, I got a check for like $900, which in junior and college money is like $12 million. Like that's and occasionally you would get, like a $50 thing from your grandma and you'd be rich for a week, but your friends would still be poor. So there's really nothing you could do. Well, all of my friends had their laundry and all of my friends in other dorms had laundry. And we were basically the Clampets at that point in time because everybody had a check for between $800 and $1,000. And I'll be honest with you guys, I cannot name one shirt that I lost in that laundry. They were all just 3-year-old T-shirts. Like I didn't even lose the good ones. I was sitting there looking at the check going, I can't name one thing that I lost in that fire. And everybody had a check. We were all rich. The Penn State game was fabulous. We went on the road to beat them, and we all had money. We didn't have the money yet, but we knew it was coming. So we were spending, we knew we could spend down a little more in our cash reserves. And this is for all my personal fans out there. That was the day that I went from briefs to boxers because like it was a line in the sand. And when we all drove the rented Honda to the mall that week, not rented, but like 20-year-old Honda, one of my friends had access to. We all went to the mall and bought new boxers. So it was a big day for me. Big day, liberating. So
Yes.
the Notre Dame, anyone who was at Notre Dame in the 1989 year will remember the fire fondly. Except for
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that you weren't washing your golf clubs at the time as well.
Listen, Rog. I didn't even make any claim. They had already inputted my stuff, so I didn't have to.
Wow.
They just decided everything was a polo, and I'm like, well, maybe you should have had a better system on intake.
So it legitimately was found money.
I'm sorry, Steve. Yes.
It legitimately was found money.
Oh yes,
that
completely
same found money. Yeah.
Right, and I still had plenty of clothes. Like I wasn't, other than the boxer situation, I literally could not name one polo that was in there, and I certainly did not have a polo in there. So,
and have been with 9 fantasy camps with Paul. I can tell you that his underwear journey did not stop there. It continued on several years later to tee-back thongs. But
I have no comment at this moment.
No. Steve, I thought it would be interesting.
That's the next Notre Dame story. That's our next. We're saving that for next week.
But by the way, Paul's stories right now are on a frequency of 2 out of every 3 are borderline felonies. But we're getting there.
I'm the Forrest Gump of Notre Dame. I told you that. I never really did anything. I just happened to be around when a lot of things happened.
Steve, it was your first year at camp last year, and you were really enthusiastic. I could tell how much it meant to you. And it's one of the fun things for us is when we've been there several times, always the new people who come in and just completely fall in love with the whole thing. What surprised you most, or what was sort of the neat highlight for you last year as something you didn't expect? I mean, I know you had friends who'd been there, and Chris, but what really sort of surprised you and sort of in that way?
Hands down. When we went to church and then we did the walk. We walked to the stadium. I was fine. Like I was good. I was pumped up. I was excited. I saw my wife and I just started bawling. Like I started crying. Like I have no idea why. And then as we continue to walk through the tunnel, because we did a team prayer for JP, and you see all these grown men just crying for a reason. But it was like something I've never ever experienced before. For just the emotion of it was like how strong it was and how powerful it was ridiculous. Like I never ever expected that. Like I had seen Shana earlier in the day, and just walking, I was just like, I lost it. Like I started bawling for no reason, and then to see other grown men just start crying for whatever reason, it's something I'll never forget for sure.
That's really cool. Andy, I remember your first walk to the stadium. It was a very calm one with your wife.
Right. Because of my strained calf muscle. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And her yelling at me the entire time.
She was trying to help, Andy. She was trying to help.
Kind of a tradition. She's still doing it as we speak.
Game day food and drink. What's your favorite all-time sort of food for game day? Dolph, you've disappeared off the screen. I see he's coming back. I'll move. Dolph's there. There he is. The kidnappers have let him go. Dolph, what's your favorite food to have on a game day? Wherever you are, whatever you're doing.
Probably barbecue ribs.
Paul?
Me and my friends started something way back in high school when anytime we were going to a game or watching a game, in the morning we would stop and get a sausage McMuffin at McDonald's. And while it's not my favorite tailgate food or anything like that anymore, but still when I go to games, my buddy will be calling me, like if he's at the Ohio State game and I'm at the Notre Dame game, and he'll just have a picture of himself standing at McDonald's with his little sausage McMuffin. I even sent one from Ireland. I found the McDonald's when we were in Dublin and sent a picture back to him. So, and when we go together, it's like he brings a bag of them, and I think I was in charge, and I bring a bag of them, and then we're just like 2 fat guys eating McMuffins on the way to the game. So,
Steve, what about you?
Burgers. And if we're at home, like if it's a road game or we're watching, if you get a little fried egg on that burger, nothing beats it.
Nice.
Yeah, the burgers in the quad, just a random barbecue always lets you know you're at Notre Dame. Those are cool. Andy, I suspect you and I might have the same one. You can go first if you want, but our
Well, I kind of have three, and
Okay.
one is newly discovered, and it's probably the one that you're going to say. But it's Paul, donut cake has become after my first experience with it at the playoff game. So
I was hoping that the donut cake could get some love today.
I told him about the donut cake, I think, for weeks beforehand, what to expect.
It was as advertised. Well done. But when I'm sitting home, I like a good I like apple crisp. Nice warm apple crisp is enjoyable to. What's wrong with that, Raj?
Nothing's wrong with
It's
that.
a nice sweet treat for a beautiful.
It's just so you. It's just so you.
or a buffalo chicken wing dip kind of a situation. So I'm very versatile.
Going into the buffalo chicken wing dip?
No, a chip, but I'm very versatile. Yeah. You guys know that.
Surprised you didn't go with ranch, knowing how much you love ranch. But
it's a national treasure, sure.
The apple crisp, that's just fantastic.
Yeah, I love apple crisp.
That's the funniest thing I've ever made. Thank you. This is why I do the podcast. Thank you. Just the donut cake. So yeah, thank you, Paul, for that. Thank you.
I thought you were going to go with the shepherd's pie as a lead into the A&M game.
Don't want to bring that back. I've almost been forgiven. So
see, what I'm about to say is probably going to push Father Nate off about another 6 months.
Oh no!
But I always thought your favorite game day treat was Mike Coffee. Based on what I've seen and heard. You like yourself a good heaping helping of Mike Coffee.
I love coffee. On now to Andy. I'll send you 3 hats. I'll get them to you.
Yeah, that'll finally end the statute of limitations on that joke.
We're still down 3 hats.
Roggie, comment from Jason Davila. Steve, that got me too. That moment got me too on the way to the locker room.
Yours is better, Paul. Absolutely.
Oh, not a word of a lie. I'm looking at the screen going,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, man. I don't see his lips moving.
You got me
you
there,
are
Roggie.
the real Rodolfo.
You got me, Roggie.
You know what? My friend from Michigan suggested, Daryl, who I don't know if he's listening, he thought that a good way to spice up the podcast is all 5 of us wearing Mexican wrestler masks one time and just do that. So let's go into the game picks. Andy, what's the score of the Notre Dame Texas A&M game?
I'm going to say Irish 28, A&M 17.
Paul.
We caught some heat last week for picking Miami, not just during the podcast, but after. And in fact, I think there were some people actually blamed me for the loss. But I'm not intimidated by the crowd. I'm going to go with my gut here. But we had 2 weeks to and I believe in these coaches. I think this is going to be big. Notre Dame 41, A&M 10.
Dolph. I like that, Paul. I like that. That would make me so happy. I could eat all the shepherd's pie and Haagen-Dazs I want without worry.
And you're allowed. You're allowed, Raj.
I know. Dolph?
I'm going to go Irish 23, Aggies 13.
Steve?
Irish 31, Aggies 17.
And I went 30-21 Notre Dame. Carr, over or under 205 yards in passing. Andy?
I think he'll be under.
Paul?
Over.
Dolph?
I'm going to say under.
Steve?
Under.
I think over, but by just 10 yards. He's in that very close to it space. Love, 105 yards rushing. Andy?
Just because I want it to happen, I'm going to say over.
Paul?
I'm going to say under on this one, but I think we're going to get a couple guys with about 80 yards.
Okay. Dolph?
I'm with Paul with this. I think it's under, and they're going to share the load.
Steve?
I'm going to take the over.
Okay, and I went over. Interesting thing, I saw a documentary, sort of one of those feature documentaries, a lifestyle documentary in the summer about Mike Denbrock's summer home. It is on a lake, and it is the only cottage summer home on the lake that has no bugs at all that ever get into the house. Apparently, he's got screens everywhere.
Sure.
Thank you. Leading receiver, Andy.
I think Great House is going to get highlighted.
Paul.
Also, Jaden Greathouse. Yes, I like that.
Okay. Dolph.
Well, with a running back, I'm going to pick Jadarian Price.
Interesting. Okay.
I like it.
Steve.
More screens.
I'm also going to take Great House. I think he's due for a big game.
And I went with Malachi. I think he's going to take some. The playbook's open. I think he's going to get some big ones. Leading tackler, Andy.
I'll go with Bowen.
Surprised you didn't go with Ron Jones. There's a chance it could be Ron Jones. Paul.
KVA. More snaps, more field time, more tackles.
Yeah. Dolph.
I'll say Bowen, too.
Steve.
I'm going to take Paul's guy, Jalen Sneed.
Ooh.
Okay, and I went with Schuler. I think he'll lead the way. Takeaways, Andy. Do we get any takeaways? And if so, how many?
I'm going to say we will, and we'll get one.
Paul.
3.
Dolph.
I'm big this week.
1 or 3. Okay, I'm going to take 2 then.
Steve. Price is Right, Dolph. Well done.
I'm also going to say 2. A pick and a fumble recovery.
My notes do show 3 here, Paul. I can show them to you later if we want, but I think the defense is angry from last week, and they play a little different. What's the longest Thor bomb of the day, Andy?
44.
I'm the Thor whisperer. I nailed it last week, and I'm going to do it again.
44.
Paul?
I almost said 0 because we're not going to punt. But
Yeah.
I had actually written down 44, but that's a little too in line with Andy, so I'm going to say 43. I'm going Price is Right on you.
Dolph?
I'm going to say 49.
Steve?
51.
Steve, I said 51, so I'm going to go 52. So
Of course you are.
I believe
If we
in
don't
Thor.
punt, I'm going to be so mad because I
Now-
really wanted to say it.
Who's on the crew this week? Do we know? Is it Jason? Is he back?
Probably.
Shouldn't be Steve, but should be Jason.
Okay. We should do it just in case he's there. So, Andy, your friend Jason Garrett, how many nakeds is he going to say during the game?
I'm going to give him 2.
Paul?
My problem here, I'm just guessing because I never have watched him. So I'm going to say 3. I'll say
Okay.
3. I don't know.
Dolph?
I'm going to say 3 too.
Steve?
2.
I went with 3. I think it's a nudist colony in the booth. I don't want to patent this, but I'm hoping that this week there are no more sort of holes in the defense, because I'd hate to. This is my Paul. I know Paul. Should I Paul, or should I back out?
No, go ahead. We need the funds. We need the dues. Go ahead.
I wonder if we see holes in the defense, big plays where there are holes, and it's by bad defensive design or coaching. Do we call them ash holes?
I'm going to give you that one, Ross. It's probably the first good one I've heard in
That's really good.
10 years.
I don't know whether to be proud of myself or or worried, but I knew where he was going from the minute he started on that one.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Oh, Roggie, another comment from Jason Davila. He likes
Yeah.
Paul's pick. He likes Paul's pick better.
Much better, Paul.
Paul, you've got this down. I honestly was faked out again. I'm looking over
I
at
know.
Dolph.
It really is fantastic.
Can you do this one, Paul? Hey, buddy. It's my Andy. I thought my Dolph was better, but you've got it
Jason.
down.
Jason is rolling right now. He say, Spaceballs paraphrase, I'm surrounded by ashholes.
Rodolfo, you've been fired as the Mexican Ed McMahon.
You've been fired as Rodolfo.
Yeah. It's a win-win. Random questions. Paul, what random question do you have for all of us?
Hold on. Random question. Never mind. Come back to me. Sorry.
Okay. Andy.
Mine came up earlier in another topic, so I'm going to come up with another one. So.
All right, we'll give you time. I'll come to you at the end. Andy.
If you had to pick one for a recreational vehicle, would it be a dirt bike, a four-wheeler, or a snowmobile?
Oh, good God. Steve?
Four-wheeler. Did that up at my grandparents' cottage in Michigan for many, many years. That's easy.
Dolph?
Yeah, snowmobile, of course, because it snows a lot down here. It was easy.
Paul?
I'll take the snowmobile.
I do the dirt bike, Andy. I rode a motorcycle for 40 years, so it's the easiest thing for me to acclimatize to. So, what about you, Andy? What would it be?
Probably the four-wheeler.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you ever water skied, Andy?
I have not, no.
Yeah. Can we do that sometime together? No.
Absolutely. I was hoping you did.
Yeah. Let's go on to Steve. What is your random question for the group, Steve?
It's gonna be football related. You could pick based off of this year's team and the next year's recruiting class. If you could magically pick the number one position player, any position, what would it be? So if you could have the number one quarterback, he'd be here. If you could have the number one running back, he'd be here.
Andy, you're going to go first by the order I'm going in. So what position do you think needs the number one recruit in the country?
Probably very cliche, but I'd probably go quarterback.
I think, given where our team is right now, a defensive lineman is probably where I'd go. Paul?
I will take a game-changing linebacker to just wreak havoc everywhere. I love when we have a guy like that.
What about you, Dolph?
I'd like to have a guard like Quentin Nelson.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That'd be nice too.
Mr. Parquette, what's your view of it?
Yeah, definitely an edge rusher. You know, put pressure on the quarterback and wreak havoc, like Paul said. You just don't find them. And the reason I wouldn't say quarterback is because I think CJ Carr is going to be – I think he's the real deal, and I think he's going to be here for the next few years.
I agree. I'm going to go next, and I'm going to leave you purposely last, Andy, because I think you need the most time to think of this answer. I will even answer first to give everyone more time. But if you had to have a bubble bath, what would your fragrance be? I would have a combination of lavender and cedarwood. That would be my go-to. Dolph?
I don't know. Chamomile and whatever.
Oh, chamomile is very relaxing, Dolph. That's a good choice. Yes. Very nice. Paul?
Is there a flavor for sadness? Because I can't imagine this to put me in a bubble bath.
Have you had a bubble bath recently, Paul?
I don't think I've ever had a bubble bath.
Andy. Wow.
So I'll go with sadness.
Okay. Steve, what about you?
Do they make like a pineapple bubble bath?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can get that. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Pineapple.
That's good. That sort of matches what's on Andy's door when he goes to the villages. But Andy, what if you had to have your first bubble bath? What fragrance would you choose?
This is going to shock you, but probably vanilla.
Yeah, I should have written it down. It's exactly. Would it be French vanilla?
Probably maybe with a hint of apple crisp.
A la mode, little a la mode.
Yeah, a little Andy a la mode.
By the way,
Also his nickname in high school. There you go. Looking right at you. I don't know if it's working.
Mike Kremen did comment on the fact of what the hell do you guys think you are, like a 2-hour podcast? So we're doing our best to sort of. I took one guest off, hoping it would help. But Dolph, what's your random question for the group?
Favorite bread on a sandwich?
Oh, rye. Andy?
Rye, yeah, I would agree.
I'm surprised you didn't say Wonder. Steve?
Wheat.
Okay. Paul?
Rye.
There you go. What about you, Dolph?
I would go with wheat too.
All right. So we're now circling back to Mr. Paul. What's your random question for us?
Yes, I saw this. Some sports-related items where people were saying if they won the lottery, they would pay off Kalen DeBoer's buyout. If you guys won that big Powerball last week, what would be the first thing you would buy?
Dolph?
House in South Bend.
House in South Bend. I would love, I'd buy a bunch of houses, but my first one would be to buy, and this isn't a joke, but a ranch somewhere on an ocean where I could just save all the dogs that need saving. Just let them run free in the hills, roaming in the ocean, just hanging out with me. That would be my dream. Andy?
I'd probably buy Mexico.
I don't think you need the Powerball.
I was going to say that's just the daily.
From overtime.
The pick 3.
You get a couple.
Much like Rodolfo, I would buy a house, first of all, right next to Rodolfo's house in South Bend. And I would be happy. I don't need much. I'd get myself a nice shepherd's pie up in the suites and a house in South Bend, and I'd be done. I'd be living the good life.
So, Paul, I'm going to suggest this, and I'm about 95% serious, 5% goofing. But wouldn't it be great if somehow we could all pool our resources, especially if this monetizes and we get, maybe hundreds of cents, we could buy a house like the Heisman house where we call it the podcast house, and we could do that.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes.
What about you, Steve?
Give me like 100 acres where it never snows. That's all I need. Just
That'd be cool. There's nothing like that in Canada. I can assure you of that.
Plenty of acres. Yes.
Yeah.
I similar to my last answer, I would buy Notre Dame a big rangy linebacker with my.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, this has been a fun time. Steve, thank you for joining us. Who here
it's been a pleasure, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Who's going to the A&M game? I know you are, Steve. I think Paul. I'm going. Andy and Dolph. Paul and myself. We will do some video corresponding from different tailgates for the next podcast. We'll be providing content for the next one.
And Steve, we're coming to see you. We love it. Carter's got us. He knows we're coming. So
okay, excellent.
Going to see you on Saturday. So
excellent.
Again, thank you for listening. Please like, share, subscribe, pester your friends, bribe them if you have to. 116. Thank you for that. We really are. While we are goofy, I can tell you that every time it went up by 1, we were all texting one another like idiots. 113. Yeah. Andy's phone was exploding at work, and he's, what's this? Is some sort of code? But but because he's not paying attention to the numbers, but we're absolutely delighted by it. So thank you for that. We
Well,
appreciate
remember,
it.
Andy admitted he would not watch the podcast if he was not on the podcast. I asked Andy segment from a couple episodes ago.
Andy doesn't subscribe to the podcast.
I don't think I even subscribe to it.
I thought the canceling of Sunday night was an act of sabotage to try to break up our rhythm on the 500.
We have to work through all sorts of things in the background, and we're always happy to be back together. It makes it all worthwhile. I just got a note from my daughter. We're now 117.
It's not me.
I was going to say, come on, Andy. Andy.
Oh, no,
All the cool kids are doing it. All the cool kids are doing it.
I'm subscribed. I just checked, so I am actually subscribed to this.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Why don't
We
you like
will
it while
get
you're
back.
there?
We will get back to you with the next broadcast. There will be some issues in terms of this timing, simply because of our travel. And we also realized that maybe brought to our attention in a kind and gentle way was Andy telling us that maybe Sunday night wasn't the best idea to go up against Monday Night Football. I can't tell you what he called me, but it didn't make me feel nice about myself.
I'll tell you what I called you. I called you a dummy, and I called you a dum-dum.
Like, and anytime someone calls someone dum-dum, what's the voice you hear? The Great Gazoo from the Flintstones. Dum-dum. But yeah, no, it was a dum-dum thing. So we will let everyone know what we think is an appropriate rhythm for our next ones. But anyhow, thank you, everyone. For those going to the game, all of our listeners, please travel safe. Hope to see everyone down there. It's always great to be back. It's a long drive for me, a shorter one for Paul. Steve, you probably have a couple hours too, but it's always worth it. It's
Definitely worth it.
Always looking forward to getting back. First thing I'll do is hit the grotto. So in any event, thank you to everyone for listening. Gentlemen, thank you for doing this tonight. It was great. Good to see you again. Travel safe. Have a safe week. And as always, go Irish.
Go
Poll
Irish.
14.
See you
Poll 14.
Saturday.
Come meet your podcasters. Poll 14.
Thanks, folks.
See you guys.
Thank you, guys.